Lieutenant Simpson, sir, for his second army. Propaganda and psychological warfare unit.
That mean you speak German?
Yes, sir.
Good. Tell that little turd to let us through.
Öffnet sofort! Das verdammte Tor! Jemma!
Schnell! Schnell! Sinking, is it?
Yes, sir.
I was under the impression his prison camp had been liberated.
That is correct, sir.
So why is Jeremy still armed?
In terms of the local truce, sir. Colonel Johnston will explain.
Not bloody truce!
Probably shooting the prisoners again, sir. Find they've been getting a bit frisky since we arrived.
Why are the crowd still here?
Colonel Johnston will explain, sir. Just follow me in. And sir, whatever you do, don't turn off to the left.
Come on, Warren! Soon the whisper went round. They thought there was typhus in it. One learns in war to be surprised at nothing. But little did I realize that I was about to face the greatest test of my career. Stealing potatoes. Can you believe it? But this is how the Germans treat their prisoners. That was only a child.
Sir, can I have a word? Sir, you can't imagine what it's like down there. I was the first one in, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm sorry, Richard. I'm afraid even the BBC will have to wait on this one.
Why the press here?
Well, we feel it could be an important story, sir.
Go hang for this! You're fucking hard! Come on, man.
I can't tell you, sir. The place is like a fucking charnel house. The dead are everywhere. And corpses just piled up. God knows how many. And they're moving. Like, their bodies are crawling with like some movers in them. There was a young woman. Her whole head was moving with lice. Sorry.
It's all right, sir. Just tell me who's in there.
Right, it's hard to tell, sir. All the records have been destroyed on the orders of Berlin. But our initial intelligence suggests that the inmates fall into three categories. A minority of criminals, politicals, like Russian POWs and resistance workers, French and Belgian. An awful lot of your people, I'm afraid. Rabbi Hardman.
That woman I saw.
That's the damnedest thing, sir. 3/4 of the prisoners are women. Jewesses from Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, and also Germany, and their children.
Christ. How many of them are sick?
Johnson has the figures, sir. I think about 4,000.
Where's he getting his information from?
Jerry, what is... Colonel Johnson is an expert in this sort of situation.
Well, he's going to need to be if there's typhus. Is it contained?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not a medical man.
What's about it? I haven't the faintest bloody idea.
Guten Tag, was kann ich?
I think they're just about ready for us.
Guten Abend.
How many inmates did you say were in this camp?
I didn't, sir. Colonel Johnson has all the figures.
10, 20,000?
I really wouldn't like to say so again. Colonel Johnson has
That's all the figures, yeah.
Screws up, sir.
Thanks. Why?
Sir, I think you'll find it's going to prove quite a challenge for us all.
Well, I wish you luck with it. We've got an appointment with some tarts in Berlin, haven't we?
Listen to that. That's where we should be, not stuck in here. Our lads are going to need us.
Think they need you? Got no idea, mate.
If you'd like to make your way through into the briefing start in just a minute, thank you. This way, Colonel.
Oh, yeah.
Colonel Johnston will join us as soon as he can, but I'd like to make a start. He and I have just walked around the horror camp, and I can tell you, it was a pretty sobering experience. Now, as you can see, Bergen-Belsen is divided into two sectors. Camp 2, which is where we are, is an academy for Hitler's tank corps, a panzer training school, no less. Camp 1 is home to about 40,000 prisoners, living in 200 huts, built for 100 each. In one hut we found 1,346 people. That wasn't counting the dead. There's no sanitation and the camp is scattered with rotten corpses. We found inmates drinking from a water butt, which was found floating the body of a dead child. No food's been distributed for the last 2 weeks. We've brought in what rations we can and distributed fresh drinking water. But our main concern is the typhus. And I don't need to tell you that unless we get that under control, there won't be anyone left who needs feeding. So our task is enormous. And as you've probably already noticed, the press are here eager to see how we get on with solving this crisis. And it's important they do. Their presence will show the world how the British Army deals with a crisis of this kind. Yeah. Now, 10 years ago, the Quetta earthquake killed 30,000 people in 30 seconds. All right, that was a natural disaster. Nevertheless, the British Army's success in pulling out survivors was hailed as a miracle of rescue work. And Colonel Johnson was there, right in the thick of it. Just like Quetta. Belsen is a battle against the clock.
I've seen some sights. I thought I could take anything. But this, it's unbelievable. There's no organization, no food, nothing. Half-starved, spiritless and demented. These people roaming the camp have been reduced to animal level. The task allotted seems totally impossible.
Aha! The hero of Quetta himself! How are things looking?
Eminently solvable, sir. Our task is to save as many lives as possible, as quickly as we can. We can only achieve that through the evacuation of Camp 1. Our military government will move any healthy inmates out first while we establish a receiving hospital here in Camp 2. Colonel Goning's ambulance man will liaise with field hygiene to get to grips with the typhus and evacuate the sick. Sound simple enough? I can give no adequate description of the horror camp in which my men and myself were to spend the next month of our lives. Corpses lay everywhere, some in huge piles where they had been dumped by other inmates. Those who died of disease lay in the huts. Victims seem compelled to go on wandering till they fall down and die. 4,000 sick. They were lying through their teutonic teeth fucking 5 times that.
And we're reappraising the number.
Good, because it's knee-deep in bodies and people are crawling around in their own shit. And stench.
I appreciate the German figures might have been less than exact.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Dimmel. How was your tour of the camp?
Incredible. I mean, incredible.
Any response from Broadcasting has?
Not yet, no. I filed my report, and they better broadcast it.
You mean there's a chance they won't?
They just may not believe that a place like this can exist.
They must. I need London to know what we're up against. Your broadcast might get things moving.
I'll resign if they don't put this out.
You willing to do that?
Well, let's hope I don't have to.
You do realise we've got a full-blown typhus epidemic on our hands. Where do we start? There are 20,000 people suffering from one of the most virulent diseases on Earth. Have you seen the medical store? A couple of rolls of bandages and bloody vitamin pills.
I have, Colonel Gernon. It's why I've sent urgent requests for more supplies and reinforcements.
Which will take weeks to get here. Look, this place was never designed to look after the sick. And the only reason we're here is because Jerry threatened to let them out and contaminate the whole bloody countryside. And they created the problem in the first place. Why don't we give it back to them? Let the Crouch clear it up! I have just returned from the Belsen concentration camp, where for 2 hours I drove slowly about the place in a jeep with the chief doctor of Second Army. I find it hard to describe adequately the horrible things that I've seen and heard, but here, unadorned, are the facts. There are 40,000 men, women and children in the camp. 25,600, 3/4 of them women, are either ill from lack of food or are actually dying of starvation. In the last few months alone, 30,000 prisoners have been killed off or allowed to die.
Gut. Sie meinen to talk to you. Ja, ein bisschen Ruhe. Danke. I wanted to ask you, if it was your decision to allow the newsmen and their cameras into the camp.
It was not. Yet you can hardly be surprised they're here.
This will look very bad for us.
I imagine it will.
Bitte. Frau Stadler is making tea for everybody. English tea, would you care for some?
We were told by your senior MO that this camp had medical supplies and that the numbers of sick were limited. We were misinformed. In fact, every word of your meticulous statement is a lie.
Would you have agreed to the truce if you had known the real situation?
Yes. You damn well know it. The fact is you allowed the typhus to get out of hand.
It was a real problem, this Juden fever.
It's quite evident that before our arrival the inmates went without food,
drinking water or sanitation for considerably longer than we were told. What was it? 1 month? 2, Colonel Johnston. The war is lost. Germany has lost. This I admit, even if Berlin will not. It was always our intention to preserve these Jews at Belsen in exchange for our own lives. So why let them die? If your aircraft had not bombed our depots and supply lines, we would have continued to care for them. Oh, really?
Gentlemen, I solemnly swear that when this war is over, I shall never touch bully beef again.
You don't like your food? You don't want to eat? You should try being in Camp 1. There's no fancy china in there.
That's steady on.
May I?
Yes.
Thank you.
Captain Hardman, I'm afraid you can't give that to the inmates.
I'm sorry, I don't understand, sir.
It may be doing them more harm than good. We'll have to find an alternative.
Colonel, all I see around me are people begging for food. For a few crumbs even. I give what I can, and now you tell me I must refuse them.
I understand your frustration, but these rations are for an army on the march. They're over 3,000 calories. The inmates can't take it.
I have to do something.
Oh well, if he kills the rest of them, we can all bugger off to Berlin where we should be.
I've spoken to Hughes. There are no reinforcements. None of us are going to Berlin. We're here and we're it. We're on our own.
Oh, blockheads. Good God.
What's up?
Bloody Tom.
What's up?
Could you drop me at the gate in Camp 1?
And one, sir. Okay.
Please, Rabbi, take these. And thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
I passed through the barrier and found myself in the world of a nightmare. Dead bodies, some of them in decay, lay strewn about the road and along the rutted tracks. On each side of the road were brown wooden huts. There were faces at the windows, the bony, emaciated faces of starving women too weak to come outside, propping themselves against the glass to see the daylight before they die. And they were dying every hour and every minute.
Yes, spider.
My arse or something. Your belly aching, you love it.
Hold on, check some of the ladies first.
Because there's no more.
Boy, did you do that? You're going to be cozy, son. But you know the rules. No fraternising with the enemy.
Typhus without fire. Some American from the 21 Army group who's been doing good stuff with typhus in Italy. Take that first!
Sure.
He's on his way bringing tons in DDT.
How long before he gets here?
We were expecting you yesterday. Rather depends if adults left many bridges now. The evacuation of Camp 1, we need an efficient process of identification and selection. That'll be down to you, Jeff.
Well, that's easier said than done. What are we supposed to do? Call over the bodies in the dark and write T for typhus on their forehead?
Sounds good. Well, I think it's a good idea. Anyone with teeth gets evacuated first, and you have the inmate doctors to help.
Yeah. If you see the stars or something, it's like they've been helping themselves.
You know, I don't think it's for us to judge how these people have managed their own survival.
What are they doing here? We did a bit of a cock-up, sir. I'm afraid our transport to the Germans has been delayed. What? Sorry, sir.
It'll delay the evacuation, but I'd say, why wasn't I told?
I'd rather be looking for the right moment.
So when are they going?
First thing tomorrow. The military government issued a directive.
Military government can direct this into a bucket.
So, Colonel, what's the plan?
We're going to turn this place into our contamination reception area. Isn't that right, Fisher?
Yes, sir. It's a stable.
It's what's available. Follow me inside. Right. Typhus is caused by lice, and lice shit is airborne. We can't risk it contaminating the hospital, so welcome to the human laundry. Now, the sappers tell me we've good drainage. With a mobile bath unit out the back, we can pump the hot water straight inside. We'll run hoses into each stall where the patients can be scrubbed and dusted. I want to process about 40 patients every hour.
I don't have the vehicles to move that many.
Then you'll have to improvise, Colonel.
All the outside.
What's his problem, Derek?
To keep our voices down, things are unsettling enough. Horses.
I'm feeling strong, Jerry. Got a lot of work to do. Move it. Come on! Come on now, fucking move it!
What have they been up to?
Burying the dead.
that your idea?
Well, as I said, what's available. SS, burying the dead. It's terrific propaganda firstly. London will be very, very pleased.
Remind me again, Derek. What was Colonel Johnson's precise involvement at Quetta?
I'm not entirely sure, sir, but I believe he was central to the relief operation.
And what's his unit been up to these last few months?
Well, as far as I know, he's been in reserve, so running a small military hospital on the Dutch-German border.
In reserve?
Yes, sir.
You'll start it with female personnel. I am sure many of the women are too apathetic to care about you, for honesty's sake.
Of course. I'll do my best. Johnny? Doctor? Sorry, how are you, Dr. Belsen? Good.
I hope the food's to your liking. Dr. Zimko. How long have you been here?
Not so long. Before this I was in Auschwitz.
They built some other camp.
Not like here.
It can't be as bad as this.
Auschwitz is a facility built expressly for the systematic extermination of the enemies of the Third Reich. Belsen is just an overcrowded prison camp. Auschwitz is a Vernichtungslager. It was designed for that.
How did you
Avoid the gas camera? I am a dentist. I was useful. My parents, my sister, my husband, and my little boy were not.
Will London see this, Derek?
I hope so, sir.
All the good it'll do us. We're losing a steady 600 a day.
Spoke to Hardman today. He absolutely believes it's the thought of evacuation that keeps the rest of them going.
All we seem to be good at is collecting the dead. I can't imagine anyone wanting to see this.
I think you're wrong, sir. I think the whole world will want to see this for years to come, I should wonder. I think it's important that they do. It rather justifies why they've been fighting this damn war.
Unsere Pflicht für den Führer und für das Vaterland zu tun.
What's he saying?
Something about defending the fatherland.
Almost transferred from a POW camp.
Well, we're not sending them to the prison camp, sir. They're going back to the front line.
Money aufbrechen.
Good.
Shut up, Reds!
That's some starting for us. Oh, sling her up.
Right. Now we're getting somewhere.
My school evening.
Goodbye, Colonel Johnston.
Major?
Are you returning us to the front line because it is more expedient?
Goodbye, Major Stadler.
Moss! Let's get these moving!
we understand. And perhaps we should look up the hand.
No, unless it's absolutely necessary. Thank you. Getting ready. No!
Down here on the double. What the hell's happening? Power failure of the generator, sir. Cable's being tampered with. I'm afraid everything's shut down, including the main boiler.
So there's no hot water?
No, sir. Looks like Jerry gave us a leaving present.
ETA Camp 1, 5 minutes. Repeat, ETA Camp 1, 5 minutes.
Johnston to Gernon. Johnston to Gernon, over. Gernon, acknowledge, over.
This is Jonan. Go ahead, over.
Abort the evacuation. Repeat, abort the evacuation.
Abort?
Gernon, acknowledge, over.
What the hell's happening?
Just do as I say, Mervyn. Bring the ambulances back. Oh, damn! The admission of patients to the new hospital could have started on the 20th of April. But on the previous night, the Wehrmacht battalion which had remained behind was permitted to return to its own lines. And we presume it was they who, as a final gesture on the way out, cut the water supply to the barracks.
I'll make another batch.
Where's Johnston? Fellow was in his office, sir. Colonel Johnston, why did you cancel the evacuation? Do you know how difficult it was to get these people ready? To move the most urgent cases closer to the doors of the huts, and then when we are ready and waiting, no one came! No one was evacuated! These are the last Jews in Europe, and we are letting them die!
Leslie, that is out of order.
And that's what they're saying!
Captain Hardman!
You're an officer in the British Army, and I'm your superior. 42% of the prisoners in this camp are non-Jews. And may I remind you of your duty to the men in this command. All the time you play Good Shepherd down the road, you're neglecting their pastoral needs.
If I might...
Shut up, Derek. That's not the time for debate. I suggest you take Captain Hardman outside, get him to calm down.
Yes, sir. Come on, Leslie, for
Christ's sake. I have no authority over military government or the decisions they take. Fucking delay in transport. They gave Jerry the time to discover they'd been sent back to the front. That's when they sabotaged the water. Some wasn't sorted out. While another 600 die overnight. We've replaced the bully beef with skim milk. And it's 4 months past its use-by date. And it's not staying down. Oh, come on, Mervyn. Let's check the cellars.
Hör doch auf zu rauchen, das ist nicht gut für dich.
Feeling a sense of deja vu, Derek? I have to say, sir, I do not understand why you're using the German nurses when we have our own Red Cross girls.
They wouldn't know a bedpan from a flower pot.
No, but at least they're not short on compassion. They speak English. And without inoculation? This is a virtual death sentence for these Brunhildes.
Look, an offer was made and their superiors turned it down. Seems like the Germans have something against women. As well as everyone else.
Colonel Goring's on his way with the first batch, sir. ETA 10 minutes.
A bloody time.
Can be brought under control. 300 patients are now deloused and sleeping in clean sheets. Well done. But we seriously underestimated the level of starvation. We'll soon reach 5,000 dead. Our criterion of selection clearly isn't working. Why not?
Because, Johnny, the inmate doctors only look out for their own, sick and healthy. Poles help Poles. Czechs help Czechs. Suddenly everyone claims to have typhus.
Of course. What the hell did you expect? It was always a crazy idea since Lepertillon's head. It's the best spot out of there.
If you'd let us treat individuals on a case-by-case basis, we'd have had hundreds of them out of there.
I'm not interested in saving hundreds, Colonel. And thousands of lives we consider. Without this system, there'll be chaos now. I want to institute a criterion of fitness. A Belsen standard of fitness.
Still based on typhus?
No.
So that was a bloody waste of time then. Look, I'm sorry, but it's my men going to those godforsaken huts day after day.
If you can walk, you can get food. If you can get food, you remain another day in the camp.
So these strong ones stay behind until they get sick.
They can feed themselves, Dr. Binkle. They're not a medical responsibility. Now that's enough. Let's pull together on this. Dismissed.
My service record, sir. You asked to see it? It was in my suitcase, sorry.
This to be in order. Keep your papers with you at all times, Nurse McFarlane. Tells us who you are. So how much nursing have you and the others done?
Not much, sir. Molly's done a bit at the Royal Free, but we're all ready to pitch in, and we can learn.
It's a great comfort to me, because I don't have time to set up a classroom.
Sir, I've driven a truck halfway across Europe to get here.
And I'm surprised you made it at all. I can smell the alcohol in your breath from here.
How very bourgeois of you to mention it, Colonel Johnson. I acquired a taste for fine wine and whiskey some time ago, and I still possess a very tidy mind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll report to Sister.
you, Gertrude. Dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Are you warm enough?
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Cecil. Man, even before I got you look miserable. What's up? Nothing. I've been giving you that. What's the matter? Can't sleep? Me neither, mate. I drove down into the camp this morning, and these women come at me. They was everywhere. On the running board, grabbing at me through the window. I was in an orchard, mate. One of them gets in beside me. She says, she put her hand on my leg and she says, "You take me out." She would have been lovely if she was a... Well, did you? She wouldn't be the first. Should have had me with you. How can you say that? You're Jewish. It's sick. It's irresistible to read. So go on, what happened? Well, I told her. No. She just ran off. She left a bundle of rags on the seat next to me. It was a baby. A couple of months old. Been dead for a couple of days. We began to receive hundreds of patients, all women. Most of them appeared to be just nondescript bundles. I helped carry some of them in. They weighed 3 to 5 stone. Less than my little brother, age 9.
Hallo, Anna. Morgen. Oh, sind Sie Frau Kreuz? Nein, ich bin Krankenschwester. Haben Sie gearbeitet hier? Ja, für ein paar Tage. Wie heißen Sie? Ich bin die Leute.
Injected us, Untermenschen, with benzene.
What?
To make us burn faster in the ovens. I just can't work with those people, not anymore.
They're from a civilian hospital 10 miles away. Arthur, they knew nothing of this.
Can they know nothing? Can they not hear? The patients in that ward, Johnny, they have been beaten, starved, tortured, stripped of their humanity. They are the last survivors. They only have to stand witness to the horror. They are all we have left.
better now. Every day we discover more. Benzene, for the love of Christ.
I will do all I can to help Johnny. We will do this together.
Heute, den 24. April 1945, spricht die Chefärztin vom Frauenlager, Konzentrationslager Bergen-Belsen. Man hat uns Häftlinge in einem schmutzigen, verlausten Lager auf die Erde geschmissen, Tausende auf eine nur Erde, ohne Decken, ohne Strohsäcke, ohne Betten. Man hat uns als Essen einen 12. Teil vom Brot gegeben, 1 Liter Steckrübensuppe täglich, so dass fast 75% von den Leuten geschwollen vor Hunger waren.
God. You made me jump. What are you up to? Doing a little bit of street trading. I heard you'd taken up residence in the tree. Well, that's what comes with sharing a salad meal with the inmates. They offered me their version of gefilte fish. I could hardly refuse. Okay. Oh, sorry. What is that? Paprika.
Oh, you think that's going to feed the 5,000?
It improves the taste.
Exchange for what?
My friend here is kind enough to give up some of his cigarettes. Thank you.
You're a resourceful man, Rabbi.
As medicine heals the body, so faith must heal the soul. Now I have plans for a little clinic as well.
Have you indeed?
No.
And what does Colonel Johnston say about that?
Between you and me, I think the Colonel spreads himself too thin. He's always so busy in his office.
I've seen you, Leslie, breaking the rules, trying to squeeze another patient onto the back of one of my trucks.
That's right. And the Colonel came, he gave me hell. Oh, he did.
Well, I don't think you'll hear any more about that. Padre, keep a stiff upper lip.
God help me. I'm small and alone, but I must help them, and I mustn't waste a moment, because every moment another soul dies.
It was from no morbid desire that I wanted to see the worst that Belsen had to show, but to appreciate fully what these people had gone through. Contrary to expectations, I was not sick, nor did I burst into tears, but what I saw is quite beyond my powers of description.
You all right?
Yes. Really? Thank you.
I think perhaps you've earned yourself a drink.
It's early. I don't drink before 4 and never on a match day.
Match day?
I used to play lacrosse.
You weren't captain, were you?
Well, actually...
Of course you were. I should have guessed you liked blood sports, Nurseman Farm. Don't worry. Very relaxed licensing hours in Bergen-Belsen. Would you like
Sir, Colonel Lipscomb is here.
Excuse me.
Colonel Lipscomb.
I'm glad I am to see you.
I'd have been here sooner if I could.
The feeding has become an absolute nightmare. I'm afraid it's something we never anticipated.
Who's he?
He's an expert in nutrition. He's come all the way from India. Right, Nurse McFarlane. You're going to help me shift Lipscomb gear. Come on.
So, what have you been doing them?
Well, our compo rations were a complete disaster. It's made them more sick and killed some of them. Since then, mostly milk, potato soup.
What were the inmates eating before you got there?
God, anything they could lay their hands on. Potato peelings, grass.
It's ironic, but one of the symptoms of typhus is hunger, and yet victims of starvation are incapable of assimilating fats. But they do need protein, so skim milk is good, and something called hydrolysates. Now, this special compound is called Bengal famine mixture. It was developed by our nutritionist back in '43, and it contains the right balance of nutrients for victims of severe starvation. I've ordered several tons of it. You mix it up with water and feed it to them twice a day.
And it'll stop them dying?
I hope so.
You look terrible, John. Are you ill?
1,700 dead.
In the last 24 hours.
What? That's 3 times more than were dying before you arrived.
So we're doing more harm than good.
That's not what I'm saying, Johnny.
They're not eating. They're riddled with disease and they're still living in filth. If I was one of them, I'd give up the ghost as well.
Right. What do we want?
I'll show you what we want. Come with me. Now this is going to stop people dying, and it's just sitting there because I don't have the personnel to prepare or distribute it.
My people can do this. My people can do this.
Desperate time
desperate measures and that. I'm a radiologist, you know. We've all got my kid. She's gorgeous. Anna name's Fisher. I was thinking I might be able to use her on my wards.
You're not related, are you?
I hope not, sir. Do you get my drift?
Yes, unfortunately, Fisher, I do.
What?
What the hell are you doing?
Jesteśmy głodni. Nie jedliśmy tyle.
Damn you! Tell these selfish bastards to do their job!
Postępując tak, zdradzacie nas.
I'd hoped that the internee staff would be capable of taking over. It was now obvious, however, that such an arrangement would lead to utter chaos within a few days.
Jestem głodny!
It was doomed from the start. As time goes on, my slender resources of reliable staff become more and more stretched. We're now close to disaster.
Get rid of this stuff!
Sir, I think the doctor would like you to hit her again.
Again? Drink is all under the table, Doctor. Chin chin.
How's your clinic, Leslie? Up and running yet?
Well, we made a start. We have a hodge, a dozen beds, 2 patients to a bed. It's quite small, really. The doctors and nurses are all former inmates. It's more of a first aid clinic, really.
Splendid. Johnson, pleased to hear that.
Perhaps.
Hit me.
You're getting the hang of this.
Where is the Colonel? I haven't seen it. Oh? Doctor? Have you seen the Colonel?
Oh, yeah, not since we discussed the distribution of his special formula.
It's gone AWOL.
No. Sir?
He's feeling the pressure, Derek. He's floundering.
I think Colonel Johnston has underestimated the complexities of Belsen.
I think we all did.
We can't save everybody in that cab. It's not possible. Johnson's naive to even think it. We should be lowering our sights. Get as many of them out of there as we can.
Sir, Colonel Johnston has done this before. He's the expert.
Is he? That was 10 years ago. And where's his unit been whilst we've been at the front? In reserve. I think he's a bend pusher. What is it, Fisher?
Nothing, sir. It's just looking for the Colonel.
Well, he's not here.
No, sir. Thank you, sir. With respect, sir, you really shouldn't worry. Remember what they said about Kitter? The Colonel was straight out of Sandhurst then. He was younger than what I am now.
So now we know. He didn't plan, he didn't organise, he pulled bodies out from under the rubble. My men pulled bodies out of those stinking huts, 8 hours a day for 2 weeks. It doesn't make them bloody miracle workers.
Put the gun down!
Keep out of it, Johnny!
That's an order! Get over here!
We're all giving orders, Johnny. But nothing's happening. Nothing's getting done. We're going back. Get out! They can help. Jones. All right. But I'm watching you. I can't stop it, so we're losing him. Come on. Oh, be with me, some Normandy. That's the right to He's dead, sir. He's dead, sir. Ah, Padre. Last rites, if you please. That needs a nomination. Right, Fisher. Get those other lads shipped up to the water. I can't do that, sir. I can't. How can I? You've got no... Where's Johnson? He's not here, is he? Have you noticed, Fisher, that whenever there's a chance for him to get his hands dirty, the hero of Keta goes walkabout? Now you find me some beds for my men. Do you understand me? Yes, sir!
And we can try Bovril in hot water. Ovaltine, if we've got it.
Forget about the Bovril, Martin, and let's just concentrate on the famine mixture now. You're suggesting I draw up 3 different scales of diet.
Yes. One of 800 calories, one of 1,700, and one of 3,000.
Right. So we're all agreed on that. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You'll have tremendous problems distributing it, of course. I can see that.
Well, don't you worry about that. That's my responsibility.
I know, but some of your colleagues...
If you get any flack from any of my team, you tell Derek here, or you bring it straight to me.
Colonel, this isn't India. There's no guarantee it will work here.
Listen, I'm putting my faith in this magic potion of yours.
Payton, sir. Alex Payton. How old are you? 21, sir. How do you come to be here? First by train, the Cirencester, then plane to Hanover. Dakota's that.
Not interested in what bloody aircraft you flew in, Payton. You know, to be honest, when I asked for additional help, a bunch of medical students halfway through their training wasn't exactly what I had in mind. What I need is experts in hospital administration, famine relief, psychological rehabilitation.
You've all had basic clinical training.
I'm sure I expect you're all bursting with bright ideas while you and your ostrich pals better listen up. Because there's a world of difference between the theory and practice of medicine. Up until now, we've been more like undertakers than doctors. And we finished bearing the backlog of dead 3 days ago. Right. Now, you were shown a film before you left.
Yes, sir.
So you know what to expect?
Yes, sir.
No, you bloody don't. Because what that film couldn't do was prepare you for the smell. With 27,000 people in an area the size of Green Park, the stench in the huts is so bad that our troops can only bear to be in there for 10 minutes at a time. But I'm going to ask you to be in there for hours. You're going to have to work your way through the huts, bunk by bunk, body by body. Can you do that, Peyton?
I'll try, sir.
Can you do it?
Yes, sir, I'll do it.
Good. And this is what you'll be feeding them. It's going to put new life into them. So, I look forward to hearing one of you say, "Good morning, sir. No one died today." Right. Colonel Gurner will sort out your transport.
I'm sure we can be of help too, Colonel.
Training is of the essence here, Nurse McFarlane. At least these gentlemen have some of it, right? That's enough chat. 0700 tomorrow, you meet your patient.
Right then, my lotties, follow me on the double!
For Christ's sake, I didn't come here to witness a bunch of students. They're providing with a bloody taxi service. Oh, quiet.
A medical man, these fellows are training doctors. Surely they can be put to better use than just feeding the sick.
I don't know what's going into it. But what he said to you is downright rude. It was uncalled for.
Doesn't matter, he didn't mean it. He's exhausted.
We're all bloody exhausted.
Quite, so come on, have a drink.
That's what I like to see. A woman who smokes and can hold her drink. I suppose you play poker as well, do you, mate?
I prefer.
I didn't mean straight poker, not the other kind.
Oh, that's a pity. I only play the other kind, so if you like it straight well, then you'll have to find someone else to play with. Cigarette?
Thanks.
Open yourself, Peyton. Bloody water. What you got there?
Diary, sir.
Thought I'd keep a record for posterity.
That's right. Well, make sure you spell the name right. Gonin. G-O-N-I-N. Gonin. First name Mervyn. Warren, leave that nurse alone.
Let her up. Let her up.
Fun's over. Let's start moving, people. Come on, get on. Get on.
Yeah, 1, 2. Get right off.
We were assigned to various huts. I decided it was advisable to light a pipe. The smell is disgusting. The hut was about 30 yards long and about 10 yards across. There are about 250 women, mostly in rags. About 20 of them can walk. At one end, there was a small place, which must have been the lavatory, but is now a mass of dirt and water and feces. Those who cannot move just empty their barrels where they are and add to the confusion.
Well, it's completely blocked, sir. We'll have to flush the whole system all the way back to the sewage funnel. We've also discovered that the system overflow runs into the river, which supplies all the drinking water to Camp 1.
Shit.
Exactly, sir. Peyton! Up to the back of the hut yet?
Not quite, sir. But we'll get there.
You feeling any effects?
No, sir. We've been double inoculated and try and keep our mouths covered. Good. So we started case histories for each of the inmates. Pin them to their bunks.
Case history of the inmate.
Sorry, sir?
Anyway, more important, how's the famine mixture going down?
Good, sir. We managed to persuade some of them to take it.
Some of them?
Yes, sir.
It's not working, is it?
No, sir. A lot of them refuse to even try it, sir. I'm so sorry.
Not your fault.
It will be better tomorrow, sir. Now we know what we're dealing with.
Where are you going now?
To get cleaned up, sir.
Wrong. Come with me. Colonel?
Ah, Johnny, glad you're here. Got something I think you really ought to see.
Well, hold on. Peyton's been trying out our famine mixture. Get on with it, Peyton.
Yes, sir. Well, those that took it in the morning seemed all right at first. But now they're either throwing up or running with diarrhea again.
Oh, damn it, man. This is serious.
Well, of course.
And the worst of it is that most of the inmates wouldn't even touch it. Say they can't eat it.
Why not? It's your bloody panacea. What the hell's it made of?
Essentially, sugar, dried milk, flour, salt and water.
Is that all?
Yes.
Looks like someone's taken a butcher's knife to it.
Well, it wasn't me, but someone knew what they were after.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. It's an acquired taste.
The kidneys have been removed.
So has the liver.
I don't understand, sir.
Nor do I.
Ben, I can only imagine neither of you is hungry enough. And I'll tell you something, if you can't persuade people to take the mixture, there may be a lot more of this. Well, they've got to get their nutrients from somewhere.
Excuse me. They took more than the liver, you know. Ears, cheeks, heart. I'm not judging them, Leslie. How could I? If I've been through what they had.
It's not just food they crave. They're like children. Their hunger for every kind of thing. It's just terrible.
They won't eat our famine mixture.
Well, it's not familiar. They don't recognize it.
It'll give them exactly what they need.
It's been scientifically formulated. Formulated for who? Bengalis. These people are Czech. They're Russian, Hungarian. They're used to rich, meaty food with a particular flavour. The mixture's just too sweet. Though I find a little bit of paprika makes all the difference. But yeah, some of them even ask for more.
It's as simple as that.
Well, none of us can eat if we don't like the taste, Colonel. No, maybe the way to save people's lives is to remind them who they were. Jesus, what do they think I'm going to do with that?
What is it you're looking for?
I don't know. Peppers, spices, anything that'll make the famine mixture taste more like home. What I don't understand is why Colonel Lipscomb didn't know about all this. He's supposed to be the bloody expert.
Colonel Lipscomb told me that his speciality is geriatrics.
I'm losing this war, Mac. I've lost more lives than I've saved.
It's not just you, you know. There's progress in every little thing we do. The fit ones, the ones you made stay behind, they're getting stronger. Peyton told me. And I saw a small miracle today. A mother and her children walking in the sunshine. It was normal. Doesn't that make you feel better?
No.
Well, you should have more faith in yourself, Johnny.
Just leave me there.
You look lovely.
Not sure it's my color, actually.
Oh, look. There's Peyton.
That's not waking.
Fisher, I want a post-mortem.
Yes, sir. Stretcher.
Where's your miracle now, Mac? When even the fit begin to die.
$2,500 of the fit are now seriously sick. Unless they're accepted at once into hospital, they will undoubtedly die. The effect on morale would be disastrous.
I'm afraid, Brigadier, she is not the only one. The military government report there are many other similar cases.
All right. What do we know?
Our initial blood tests show no sign of typhus, or any other disease for that matter.
Did this woman ever receive a blood transfusion?
Not sure, sir. I'll have to check the records.
Well, do it. The last thing we want to find out is that she was given contaminated blood.
With respect, Brigadier, I don't think that's possible. We're very strict about the way blood is administered.
What about this Bengal famine mixture? What's in it?
It's all fairly innocuous, sir. Sugar, milk, salt.
No hidden potions that might cause the blood to fail?
Certainly not.
Well, I want it analyzed, all the same, just to be sure.
Yes, sir.
Christ, the heart just weighs over 100 grams.
A fraction of what it should be.
How long has she been here?
I think she's a transfer, sir. She could have been in and out of camps for years.
Well, there's your answer, Johnny. A long and sustained period of starvation has irrevocably damaged the heart so that it's no longer viable.
That's correct, sir. The stomach, liver, kidneys all show similar deterioration.
This woman didn't die through lack of our care. She died because the Germans killed her years ago.
Bitte seien Sie doch vernünftig. Hier liegen Tausende von Menschen, die wochenlang nichts gegessen haben. Die brauchen eine Hilfe. Wenn Sie ihnen nicht helfen, wenn die alle sterben, simple. You take this, you put it in water and you clean with it.
They won't show up at the ship. They won't clear up the mess. She's got the advice. Refuse to follow your orders, John Anthony. Get out! Get out!
Gonna kill it. What's Colonel Johnson's gonna kill it? He can't. It's not Kate Johnston. Yes, he can, sir. Really not. You never got Colonel Johnson, did you? Or is it you call him a pen pusher? The Colonel's just as much a soldier as the rest of us, and he's got the military cross to prove it. What? Yes, that's right. Afghanistan, sir. He was only 26. He went out on an enemy fire from the wounded man off the battlefield, single-handed. Oh, for Christ's sake, that's waste means.
For God's sake, Mervyn, get out there and stop him!
LED. The only buildings left to check are the storerooms and Block B on the far side. Right, Peyton, Mac, you come with me, we'll check the storerooms, the rest of you check Block B.
In here, sir.
Johnny?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this warning.
Oh, don't apologise, Parson Alec coming. Peyton's got some news for you.
Yes, sir. In my hut, no one died today, sir.
Don't think he heard you, Peyton.
Colonel? In my hut, no one died today. All still present and correct. They're eating the family mixture and keeping it down. Giving it a flavour they recognise made a real difference.
And it's working. Well, maybe. You know as well as I do there are no big victories here. It's the little things that count. Like Peyton here, holding their hand through the night. Or Arda taking their temperature. Or Mac, writing down their names, which villages they come from. Yeah. People will be working in Belsen for years after we've gone, Johnny. But the point is, we've turned a corner. And even I prefer to admit it. Your bloody system's working.
Something else we wanted to show you.
Oh, thanks. Nice jam rags, mate. What's a jam rag, then?
Sanitary napkins, Cecil. Well done. We're looking for those. The women are going to need them before very long.
You've got to be joking, ain't ya? They're just skeletons.
Really?
Well, they can't. I mean, how can they? Have the painters and decorators in. Oh!
We women are tougher than you think, Emmanuel. It's all part of coming back to life.
Does that mean they're ready to, ready for a bit of, what? You know, Mum, a bit of Algie Father.
Cecil, you bring a 4-stone woman out of one of those huts and Emmanuel puts her in a hospital bed. He gives her some basic sustenance. What do you think her body is desperate for now? Well, let me tell you. There's something magical about women's bodies. And I don't mean in the way you're thinking. I've seen it in our patients, and it amazes even me. That when a woman comes back from the brink of death, nature kicks in. It's life longing for itself. Or whatever term you'd like to give it.
All right, Fisher? Coping?
Never been so busy, sir. We're going to need to open up another ward.
Right, we'll get some of Colonel Gurnan's men to help you move the furniture out of the officers' mess.
You sure, sir?
Absolutely.
That's the spirit. And I hear Harrods has been a great success.
Yes, sir. Although some of our customers can be very fussy. You can usually tell a Russian by the sort of drawers she chooses. They like them Victorian, sir.
Victorian?
Big, sir.
I see. Well, carry on, Miss McFarlane. Oh, I almost forgot. Thought you'd all like to know. Apparently the war's over.
Today sees completion of the major task of hospitalization. The general improvement in the patient since admission is marked and satisfying. I never cease to be amazed by the remarkable versatility displayed by all my officers and nurses at this time.
Oh, look out. Here comes Mrs. Fisher. Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Fisher.
Oh. You know what one woman said to me this morning? What? Today is the beginning of my life. Did you kiss her? Yes, I bloody did.
Fisher, I want the storeroom looking like the coconut bar at the Ritz. You can use this furniture here. We're having a party.
Yes, sir.
Put some coloured shades on the light bulbs. Anything else to make it look more inviting.
Fancy a bit of a cabaret, sir?
You're in charge, Fisher. Oh, and tell Lieutenant Sington that I want all the press assembled in Camp 1 first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And one other thing. Find me a flamethrower.
terrible end to a place that had seen so much human misery, degradation and terror. I had the satisfaction of directing the flame and pressing the
Was wird aus uns werden? Wird man uns jemals verzeihen?
What's it saying, Monty?
He wants to know if there's any redemption for us.
What do you think?
We've lost the war. And our country. But the worst of all is the concentration camps. There we lost our honor. A good German cannot bear his life without honor. It doesn't matter that we didn't know. We have to bear the blame. There was no ecstasy, no joy at our liberation. We had lost our families, our homes. We had no place to go, nobody to hug. Nobody was waiting for us anywhere. We had been liberated from death and the fear of death, but not from the fear of life.
In 1946, Hadassah Bimco married Joseph Rosensaft, the leader of the Belsen survivors. Their son was born at Belsen Hospital 2 years later. Dr. Bimco Rosensaft would later become one of the founders of the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. Glyn Hughes became godfather to dozens of Belsen babies and considered the survivors part of his extended family. In 1945, his improvised medical unit was renamed the Glyn Hughes Hospital. It still stands today. Alex Payton qualified in 1948 and became an eminent clinical physician. He remained good friends with his fellow Belsen students and now lives in Didcot. Emanuel Fisher became a famous musician, conducting the London Jewish Male Choir for 20 years, leading tours around the world and composing for Hollywood. But the trauma of his time at Belsen never left him. Leslie Hardman performed many weddings at Belsen and remained in touch with his congregation to this day. He's still a rabbi, now living in North London. Derek Sinkton prepares indictments for the Nuremberg trials with the help of his secretary, Gertrude, who he'd met on his first day at Belsen. They married in 1948 and settled in Neasden. Mervyn Golin received the Distinguished Service Order and returned to general practice in Ipswich. He died in 1954. Jean McFarlane followed Johnson's unit from Belsen to his next posting and then took up the presidency of the English Lacrosse Association. She adopted a refugee orphan from Central Europe but never married. James Johnny Johnson stayed in the army for another 30 years. Promoted Major General, he took command of all army medical training. Those who had shared his experience at Belsen, he remained in touch with for the rest of his life.